Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you the talking points from our 5-1 win against Leeds at Old Trafford. So one of the talking points was Bruno Fernandes getting his first ever hat-trick as a Manchester United player. The first goal from Bruno Fernandes should have actually been saved by Meslier because Meslier got a hand to it. But Bruno Fernandes has made the difference in this team. In most of his games at Manchester United, he's been very consistent. There has been a few games where he's looked off the pace. Bruno Fernandes has been at Manchester United for over a year and a half now. Last season, he won Player of the Year and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Bruno Fernandes is our best player and he's one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Now, Fabrizio Romano did say at one point that Man United are looking at a new contract for Bruno Fernandes. Towards the end of last season, it said we was willing to double his wages to £200,000 a week. Bruno Fernandes is under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further year. We got Bruno Fernandes from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Now, another one of the talking points was Paul Pogba getting 4 assists in the game. He also should have got his name on the score sheet, Pogba, because he had a fantastic chance in the first half that he put wide. He was one-on-one with Meslier. I hope Paul Pogba signs a new Man United contract. His current contract expires next year. Now, quite a few weeks ago, it said that Pogba rejected a new Man United contract. Sky Sports did mention that Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract, but Solskjaer came out and said that Man United do remain in talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Pogba's expected to stay. Solskjaer said prior to the game that he's relaxed over media magnate Pogba. He said not so long ago though that Pogba is very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer when his current contract expires. He said he is likely to join PSG on a 3. PSG were interested in Pogba back in July. It did mention that PSG were the favourites to sign him. PSG held talks with his representatives and PSG were willing to offer 45 million for Pogba. But Mauricio Pochettino played down PSG's interest in Pogba because Pochettino got quizzed on Paul Pogba's transfer from Man United again. PSG obviously won't be getting him this summer because obviously they got Lionel Messi, and Lionel Messi is on £1 million a week at PSG. He said PSG have got to offload around 10 players to get Pogba on the board, and they've put quite a few players on the transfer list. Sky Sports did say though not so long ago that Pogba can see a long-term future at Man United but may wait on the contract extension. But the other week Solskjaer revealed that he had positive talks with Pogba. Pogba's going to have a good season for Man United. He produced good performances in the last couple of months of last season. But at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while. We paid 89 million for Pogba, so reflecting on that, he's our most expensive signing at the moment. And he's endured 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined, and he's won 3 trophies so far. Another one of the talking points of the game was Jadon Sancho coming on and making his debut. Prior to the game, it said Jadon Sancho's Man United debut against Leeds was in doubt, because Solskjaer came out and said that Sancho was feeling a little sick and he's only been able to complete 1 full training session. And Solskjaer mentioned that Sancho had a holiday after the European Championships. Jadon Sancho to Man United was confirmed on the 23rd of July. Got him in a deal worth £78 million. Sancho signed a contract until June 2026, so it's a 5-year deal he signed, and there's an option of a further year. Sancho's going to do very well at Manchester United, providing that Solskjaer uses him right. And another one of the talking points was Luke Ayling's stunning strike. That was the best goal of the game. No keeper would have saved that. So that is the talking points from our 5-1 win against Leeds. But what a fantastic start for Manchester United. You know, that's 11 goals we've scored against Leeds at Old Trafford in 2 seasons, because we're beating them 6-2 at Old Trafford last season. I think Solskjaer got his team selection right. From a Leeds United perspective, they would have been disappointed, because it was a poor performance by Leeds. Yeah, Leeds had the periods here and there. Obviously, Jack Harrison had a chance. Click had a good chance that produced a good save from De Gea. Rodrigo had a good chance from a set piece. They looked good on the counter-attack, but prior to that, Leeds were poor. Rafinha were very poor. You know, he kept giving the ball away cheaply. Leeds had 2 players missing. That was Adam Forshaw. He doesn't get in Leeds' team anyway. And Llorente was injured. We had some players missing as well. Obviously, there's no Dean Henderson because he's recovering from COVID. There was no Cavani. There was no Eric Bailly. Tellez is out. He's got an ankle injury. He sustained that in training a few weeks ago. Lingard's got COVID, or has had COVID, if he hasn't got it now. Phil Jones is still out, but he doesn't get in the team anyway. Rashford, he's out until October with a shoulder injury. Don't forget, Marcus Rashford decided to have surgery on his shoulder. But despite Leeds losing 5-1 yesterday, I still think they're probably going to enjoy a good season to their standards. They certainly won't go down. You know, Leeds enjoyed a good season last season. They finished 9th. Last season was their first season in the Premier League since 2004, because Leeds got relegated in 2004 and they was out of the top flight for like 16 years. The season before last, Leeds won the Championship, their first trophy in 28 years. The last time Leeds beat us was back in the FA Cup third round back in January 2010. 1-0, it was a goal from Jermaine Beckford. Leeds haven't beaten us in the league at Old Trafford since 1981. But I do have a lot of respect for Marcelo Bielsa, despite me being a Manchester United fan, because I think Bielsa is a good coach and he has transformed Leeds, and Bielsa's got a good pedigree behind him. You know, used to manage in Argentina. Long time ago, Bielsa and Pep Guardiola worked with each other. Marcelo Bielsa taught Pep Guardiola, and Pep Guardiola has obviously been following Bielsa's philosophy at Man City. We do play Southampton next Sunday at St Mary's. That's our first away game of the Premier League season. I'm expecting Manchester United to win, because I think Southampton are going to really struggle this season, because obviously they lost Danny Ings to Aston Villa, and Danny Ings was a key player for Southampton, he really was, and he was good for them whilst he was there. They also lost Bertrand, Leicester got him, and they also lost Vestergaard, Leicester got him. Southampton have lost quite a lot of good players. You know, they've actually lost a lot of players to Liverpool. You know, they lost Van Dijk to Liverpool quite a few years ago, they lost Klein to Liverpool, they lost Lana to Liverpool, they lost Dejan Lovren to Liverpool, they lost Sadio Mane to Liverpool. So Liverpool have done very good business with Southampton. Don't forget they lost Luke Shaw to us back in 2014. They lost Cedric Soares to Arsenal. They lost Holberg, he went to Tottenham. They also lost Charlie Austin. Southampton did make some signings in the summer. Obviously they brought Adam Armstrong in. They brought Valentino Livramento in. They brought Armando Broja in. They brought Romain Perraud in. And also brought Theo Walcott in. Southampton did have Mina Mimo on loan, but obviously now he's gone back to Liverpool. So yeah, we've got a very good record against Southampton. We don't really lose to them. The last time Southampton beat us was back in January 2016. Wasn't it? You know, we beat Southampton last season at St Mary's 3-2. We overcame a 2-goal deficit in that game. We beaten them 9-0 at Old Trafford last season. And that was the first time we'd scored 9 goals since the 9-0 win against Ipswich back in 1995. Southampton's manager is Ralph Hasenhüttl. He's been there a few years now. He's got a contract with Southampton until 2024. But yeah, we should win our next 4 games. We should be beating Southampton next week. We should be beating Wolves. We should be beating Newcastle and West Ham. There's a very good chance Varane will be making his debut for the club next Sunday. Before the game against Leeds, Varane was made official. Got Varane in a deal worth £41 million, with add-ons included. Varane signed a 4-year contract with Man United. There's an option of a further year. Varane is wearing the number 19 shirt. The Rafael Varane announcement got delayed not so long ago due to image rights, and don't forget Varane had been quarantining and he did complete his medical with Man United. Varane is our third signing of this summer transfer window. But I am expecting Man United to enjoy a good season. Like I said, this season is absolutely massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he's got big expectations to exceed, and he's aware of that. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. It's 8 years ago. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes. He knows the pressure is on. He made an admission saying that Man City are the favourites, but the title race is open. Can Man United win it this season? Yeah, there's a good chance. I certainly think the signings of Sancho and Varane turn Man United into title contenders. But Solskjaer's got to win a trophy this season because he's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. But this season is Solskjaer's third full season as Man United manager. Solskjaer has managed 152 games for Man United. He's been in charge of the club for almost 3 years now, and reflecting how long he's been at the football club, he's gained some managerial experience and he's learned quite a bit on the job. A few weeks ago, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. A lot of United fans disagreed with us giving him that new contract because I can assure he won't see out this new contract. But whether Solskjaer succeeds or not as Man United manager, we'll always adore him because Solskjaer endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. Solskjaer's been permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. We gave him the job permanently back in March 2019, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. There is positives regarding Ole. He has made good signings as Manchester United manager. Solskjaer has spent just over £400 million so far and he's signed 13 players. He's got rid of a lot of players since he's come in, which he knew he had to do. Ole's obviously got us to semi-finals. Got us to the Europa League final last season. That was his first major final as Man United manager. He also got us to the FA Cup quarter-final. So you can see there that progress has been made by Solskjaer. But he hasn't proven himself yet because he hasn't won anything. Solskjaer got us a second place finish last season. And in his first full season got us a third place finish. Solskjaer has more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players, like he assured he would do when he got appointed in as Man United manager. And I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. I do have my concerns about him as well though. Ole hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager and his decision making concerns me. Yeah, he got it right against Leeds, but his decision making's got to be good persistently because in a lot of the games he's managed so far at Man United he's been tactically naive. Solskjaer is our best manager since Ferguson. despite me criticising him a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. Now, before the start of the season, Solskjaer spoke out on Man United's transfer plans before deadline. He did say any more signings would be a bonus for Man United as we approach the final 3 weeks of the summer transfer window. Solskjaer's confirmed he wants to make one more signing. But who's it going to be? Now, it recently said that we abandoned our pursuits of 4 signings. That was Kieran Trippier, Eduardo Camavinga, Ruben Neves and Sol Niguez. Now, this morning I gave you the news on Eduardo Camavinga. According to the agent of Eduardo Camavinga, he said that Camavinga is in no rush to decide his future. So we've paused our pursuit of Eduardo Camavinga at the moment. Fabrizio Romano recently gave us an update and said that Camavinga has 2 options this summer, including Man United, as his contract showdown continues with Rennes. His current contract at Rennes expires next year. But Man United believe Eduardo Camavinga wants to make a move to Spain. The Sun recently said that Man United are in a 2-horse Eduardo Camavinga race with PSG as Rennes set a fee of £34 million. We need a midfielder, that's Solskjaer's priority. But Solskjaer's been very pleased with our summer transfer business. You know, we have made 3 signings in this summer transfer window so far. Brought Tom Eaton in on the free from Villa. Brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund and brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid. And we've spent around 120 million in this summer transfer window so far. But I'm just glad that Solskjaer's had the backing he deserves because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. Surprisingly, our owners, the Glazers, have backed Solskjaer only because they've been persuaded to. Woodward has said several times before that he'll back Solskjaer, and when was enjoying them bad periods under Solskjaer, Woodward assured Solskjaer's job was safe. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. We know that he's leaving Man United. You've had obviously John Murtough. You know, he's played a part in Solskjaer getting the players he wants in. He's our director of football, and Man United certainly made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club. Matt Judge is part of the club and Darren Fletcher is part of the club. Man United have to sell some players though to get more signings on the board. I've already gone through with you the players that I think should leave. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.